Ever catch yourself looking up at the night sky and like feeling that pull, that like, are we really alone out here kind of thing?
It's a question that never gets old, does it?
Not even a little.
Huh.
And today, well, let's just say we're going deep down the rabbit hole of all those beliefs about us and the cosmos, you know, from like the science-y stuff to the hold my telescope theories.
The whole spectrum.
Exactly. We're talking about those C-tier grounded theories all the way to, well, the beyond broken tier. Get ready for some serious wait what moments.
What I find fascinating is that humans have always looked to the stars, right? Like always, trying to make sense of things, whether it's the seasons changing or why we're even here.
We're hardwired for it, I think. And the explanations, oh man, they really run the gamut. From totally concrete to absolutely mind-blowing. So we'll start with some solid ground before we blast off into the unknown.
Let's do it. C-tier it is, the realm of grounded theories. No conspiracy theories here, just good old-fashioned evidence and respect for those OG astronomers who charted the heavens way before telescopes were even a thing.
Right. It's like we're talking ancient civilizations, Sumerians, Egyptians, Mayans, who seem to just like get the cosmos on a different level. They were practically cosmic architects themselves, building those incredible structures, aligning them with the stars. It's mind-blowing.
Absolutely. Think about the pyramids, for example. I mean, the precision with which they're aligned to the solstices, equinoxes, even specific constellations like Orion, it's incredible. Even with our modern technology, replicating that level of accuracy would be a challenge.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, how did they DO that? I mean, what tools and techniques did they even use back then to achieve that kind of pinpoint accuracy? Were they using like some lost technology, or were they just crazy observant?
Honestly, probably a bit of both. Like, take the ancient Egyptians. They used this tool called a merkit, basically a plumb line to figure out vertical lines. And then there was a bay, which was a sighting tool made from palm ribs.
So pretty basic stuff, right?
On the surface, yeah. But don't let that fool you. They used these simple tools with incredible skill and understanding. Over generations, they carefully tracked the movements of the stars, mapping out the celestial cycles. And get this knowledge wasn't just for kicks. It was directly tied to their lives, their calendars, agriculture, their religious ceremonies, even political stuff.
Wow, they really lived by the stars. It's amazing how they brought order to their world through these observations. Makes you realize our ancestors were way smarter than we often give them credit for.
Yeah.
But it makes sense when you think about it. I mean, to survive, they had to crack the code of nature's rhythms. And what's more constant than the stars, right?
Exactly. And you know what's cool? While we're all about our smartphones and GPS these days, those ancient astronomers, they use their observations to navigate the seas, build empires, and basically lay the foundation for the astronomy we know and love today. Makes you appreciate how far we've come and how much we owe to those who came before us. Right.
Totally humbling. But, you know, we've talked about looking outward, exploring the cosmos beyond us. What about looking inward? Like, how did we even get here? How did Earth itself shape us? That's another C-tier theory that's just as mind-blowing when you really think about it.
Oh, absolutely. Human evolution is this incredible dance between our biology and the environment. We're literally shaped by the forces of this planet, you know?
Wait, so you're telling me something as basic as walking on two legs is a direct result of Earth's gravity?
You got it. Bipedalism, it's called. Scientists believe it was an adaptation to the African savanna, helping our ancestors cover more ground, spot predators, and, you know, free up those hands for tool use.
Wow. So much history behind just like walking upright. It's incredible how these seemingly simple things played such a huge role in making us who we are.
I know, right? It's like our bodies are telling a story of adaptation and survival. And here's another one for you. Did you know that our skin color is also a product of our environment?
Oh, right. That makes sense, actually. Tell me more about that.
Think about it. People closer to the equator, with that intense sun, they developed darker skin to protect themselves from harmful UV rays. And those further north, where the sunlight's less direct, they evolved lighter skin to absorb more UV and make enough vitamin D. It's adaptation in action.
That's incredible. It's like our DNA is a time capsule, holding clues to our planet's past and our ancestors' ability to like roll with the punches and thrive. But you know, while we're here marveling at life on Earth, what if our story didn't actually begin here? What if, and just go with me on this, life on Earth actually came from out there? Now we're getting into some seriously out there territories.
Now we're talking. Let's shift gears to B tier. Those theories that are more speculative, sure, but still weirdly possible. Like, what if those late night what if conversations about the universe had some truth to them? That's where things get really interesting.
So you're talking about that panspermia hypothesis, right? The whole idea of life on Earth coming from somewhere else in the cosmos. Honestly, it's always seemed a little I don't know, out there to me. Is there actually any science behind it, or is it just like a fun thought experiment?
You'd be surprised. There's actually some pretty interesting science backing it up, which is what makes it so intriguing. You see, we know these microorganisms exist, extremophiles they're called, and they can survive in some seriously crazy environments. We're talking extreme temperatures, radiation, even the vacuum of space.
No way. So like these little guys could survive a cosmic road trip and potentially start life on a new planet.
That's the idea. It's like, imagine finding a message in a bottle that's traveled light years across the galaxy. Now, whether that's actually how life started on Earth, well, that's the million-dollar question. We haven't found any definitive proof yet.
But still,
Yeah.
it's a pretty wild concept to consider. I mean, if life can hitch a ride on a comet, who's to say it didn't happen? And if it happened here, it could have happened on countless other planets.
All right. Exactly. It really makes you question the whole "are we alone" thing. Maybe it's not even a question of if we'll find life out there, but where and when. And that's what makes all this so exciting.
Totally agree. But let's say, just for fun, that those stars haven't just influenced the potential for life, but also, like, the actual course of human civilization.
Yeah.
That brings us to, well, some more speculative stuff. The whole star alignments thing, like, did those ancient civilizations build their monuments with a little help from the cosmos?
Now, that's a topic that's been debated for centuries, and it wouldn't be a conversation about star alignments without mentioning the pyramids, right?
Right. It's almost like too perfect to be a coincidence, the way the pyramids of Giza line up with Orion's belt. So what's the deal with that? Were the ancient Egyptians sending us a message, or were they just, like, astronomy masters?
Well, on the one hand, you can't deny the precision, right? They clearly knew what they were doing. But was it purely symbolic? Like, were they trying to reflect the celestial order in their structures, give them a deeper cosmic meaning?
Which makes sense. A lot of ancient cultures were obsessed with the heavens.
Oh, yeah. But then there's this other side of the coin. Those theories suggesting that maybe, just maybe, this precision hints at a deeper knowledge. Like perhaps they were guided by something or someone with a far greater understanding of the cosmos than we currently possess.
Okay, I love that. It's like, imagine the ancient Egyptians getting a cosmic blueprint delivered right to their doorstep. And suddenly the pyramids aren't just tombs, they're gateways to the cosmos. Messages etched in stone for future generations to decipher.
Now, that's a fascinating image, but it's important to remember, speculation is fun, but it's not evidence. While we can measure these alignments, the why behind them is still a mystery.
So true. But even if it's not aliens, we got to give it up for those ancient builders, right? Their ingenuity and astronomical skills were off the charts.
Okay, but moving on to another cosmic head-scratcher, the Dogon people of Mali. Their story always gives me chills.
The Dogon are a fascinating case, for sure. It's not just their belief in star people, which, let's be real, is a pretty common theme across many cultures around the world.
It's their knowledge of astronomy that blows my mind. They knew about Sirius B, and that's not something you just stumble upon. Exactly. It's one of those things that makes you go, wait, how did they know that? Because Sirius B, it's a faint white dwarf star, invisible to the naked eye, yet there it is, front and center in their cosmology. The big question is, how did they have this knowledge long before telescopes even existed?
It's like one big cosmic puzzle. How do you even begin to explain that?
Well, the Dogon, they believe they got this knowledge from beings they call the Nomo, these like amphibious creatures from the Sirius system. Now, whether you take that literally like aliens visited them, or see it as a more symbolic representation of knowledge transfer, perhaps even from a lost civilization here on Earth.
Yeah.
The fact remains, they knew about Sirius B way before modern science caught up.
It's like their mythology holds a deeper truth, and we're just scratching the surface. Speaking of ancient mysteries, we got to talk about Atlantis. Lost city, swallowed by the sea. It's like the ultimate what if. But what's the connection between Atlantis and extraterrestrials?
Well, just like the story of Atlantis itself, the theories surrounding it have evolved over time. So we're not just talking about Plato's version, the philosophical allegory. We're diving into those more esoteric interpretations, advanced technology, maybe even contact with beings from other realms.
So basically, Atlantis, but make it sci-fi. Like they had flying cars and were best buds with aliens.
It's a popular narrative, for sure. The idea that Atlantis had tech far beyond our own, maybe even harnessing some kind of energy source we can only dream of, that's a common thread in a lot of esoteric traditions. And some even believe that their downfall came from meddling with forces beyond their understanding.
Now, that's a story I can get behind. This advanced civilization wiped out in their prime. It's a story that's captivated us for centuries. But where's the proof, right?
Exactly. And as much as we might want to believe, there's no concrete evidence, at least not yet, to support Atlantis as anything more than a philosophical concept.
Right. It's like we have to balance our sense of wonder with a healthy dose of skepticism. But hey, even without hard proof, these myths and legends, they tell us something about ourselves, don't they? Our hopes, fears, and that endless fascination with the unknown.
Absolutely. They tap into something primal, something that resonates deep within us. But hold on tight, because we're about to enter a whole new level of mind-bending theories. Get ready for the S tier, where things go from, huh, that's interesting, to, wait, what did I just hear? We're talking science fiction colliding with ancient mysteries and speculation running wild. Here we are at the S tier, a place where you can practically feel reality getting a little fuzzy around the edges.
I'm ready for it. Hit me with your best shot. What could be weirder than cosmic architects rearranging galaxies?
You asked for it. Picture this, being so powerful, so beyond our comprehension, that they exist outside the limits of our three-dimensional reality. Like they can manipulate time and space as easily as we flip a light switch.
Okay, now we're talking interdimensional beings, the kind that could be here one minute and gone the next.
Exactly. We're talking about entities that completely defy everything we think we know about physics and consciousness. Are they watching us? Are they helping us? Who knows? Their motives are a complete mystery.
Okay, now that's both exciting and terrifying at the same time. So we've got these interdimensional beings maybe messing with our reality. What else you got?
Fasten your seatbelt, because now we're talking cosmic soul machines. Imagine the entire universe connected by this network of consciousness, and at the heart of it all, not aliens, not gods, but sentient machines. Machines with a soul.
Soul machines. Okay, you've officially blown my mind.
Yeah.
So not just supercomputers, but like cosmic AI with a spiritual side.
That's the general idea. Think of it as artificial intelligence, but on a universal scale. They've gone beyond physical form, existing as pure energy, pure information, shaping the very fabric of reality.
From ancient astronauts to cosmic architects to soul machines, we've covered it all today.
We have. And while we might never know for sure which of these theories, if any, hold the actual truth about our existence, one thing's for sure, the possibilities are endless.
I know, right? It's like looking at the night sky will never be the same. Every star, every galaxy, it's all a giant question mark now.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? The mystery keeps us searching, keeps us looking up at the stars and wondering.
It's so true. Well, on that note, I think we've reached the end of our cosmic journey for today. From the totally grounded to the absolutely mind-blowing, we've explored a whole universe of beliefs about our place in the cosmos.
And who knows what we'll discover next? The universe is full of surprises.
That's it for this deep dive, everyone. Until next time, keep looking up and keep those questions coming.
Until next time.